Hello, and welcome to Other Metagames Premier League 7, Balanced Hackmons, Week 1. This game we have on the top side, Sugarhigh of the Head Honch Crows, and on the bottom side, Jasprose of Temper Tantrums. So, let's look at team preview here. So, on the top side, you'll see that he has a pretty solid balanced team here. His core of Aegislash, Zygarde C, and Slowbro can handle just about any offensive threat besides any offensive setups besides like some niche ones like Electrify Gengar, or say like Banded Garchomp with Bolt Strike, which could do a whole lot of damage. He has a Mega Rayquaza, which is probably some sort of wall breaking set. So that he can, he needs the wall breaking probably because otherwise because it's like a triage set is mainly good for revenge killing, and he doesn't really need, actually, scratch that, it probably is triage, especially since that Gyarados is some sort of wall breaking set with knockoff. The Poison Heal, bulky Poison Heal set isn't that great for him because he's pretty lacking in electric resist, so that would be forced out, and he doesn't really, like, the Poison Healed Gyarados wouldn't really fit with his team structure. Finally, that Necrozma DM could be Belly Drum, or it could be Regen Vest, or Flash Fire, but it's probably Belly Drum, just because he doesn't really need it. Like the Flash Fire utility, he probably has that on Aegislash, unless that's Prankster and Zygarde's unaware. Zygarde could also be Prankster, and Aegislash could be a Flash Fire. Especially, but he doesn't really need Flash Fire because he's not weak to Mega Blaziken or anything like that. So it's probably some sort of Belly Drum or offensive Shell Smash Necrozma DM. On the bottom side, he has a Mewtwo X, which on this team structure, it could be anything. It could be a Shell Smash sweeping set, could be Poison Heal utility, or Choice Band. This team is pretty balanced looking. He has a Chansey, which is most likely Imposter, could be Fur Coat too. But he does have Registeel and T-Tar for possible Mega Ray and Mega Diancie, so he doesn't really need Fur Coat. Gengar is probably some sort of choice to wall breaking set, and Ray, Gengar and Ray could be choice. One of them's choice wall breaking set, and one of them's is probably a setup set. So Ray could be Triage, and Gengar could be, say, Specs Adaptability or Scarf Adaptability. Or Gengar could be Shell Smash, and Ray could be, let's say, Specs Boom Burst or Choice Band. And Registeel is probably some sort of just standard Prankster set. This means that he is fairly weak to opposing Shell Smash Mewtwo X, unless he's running Scarf Imposter, and even then, he has to get that in. He has to somehow break the Focus Sash. So one of these bonds is probably running Stealth Rock to do that. And so let's get started here. And you see Rayquaza on Gengar. Rayquaza has to get out of the way here because Gengar could be running something bad. And sorry, this is going a little bit too fast for me. But he actually stays in. I do not agree with that. But luckily for him, it's not like Ice Beam or something like that. And Jasprose sends in T-Tar, which takes 45 from a Boom Burst, which shows that he is not Specs Adapt Ray, or if he's Specs Adapt Ray, he's running Specs Aerolate Ray, he is running Assault Vest T-Tar, which, as you can see from turn 2, he's not Specs. He clicks Precious Blades, deals a huge bunch to Tyranitar. Tyranitar is able to heal that up, and this is where we are here. So here we go, turn 3. Zygarde in on the T-Tar, he doesn't want to push the issue because he doesn't want to get like Diamond Storm or something. Chansey in on the Zygarde, and you see it is Imposter. He gets out of the way because it's 1,000 Waves. Brings in Ray. Zygarde wishes. And gets Aegislash in on the wish. You can see he is bottom side Rayquaza is Spore, Tail Glow, and then presumably Oblivion Wing and Moongeist or something like that, or Giga Drain. Tail Glow's in on the Necrozma switch in, and Sugarhigh lets that die. Pretty useless in the matchup, I guess. Or he just missed it. These guys are very rusty on this playthrough, as you can see. And unfortunately for him, that Boom Burst does not kill, so the enemy Ray does get to Oblivion Wing him, gets him healed back. And Gyarados comes in. He's able to barely survive that Oblivion Wing, 82%, and Gyarados knocks him off for the revenge kill. But now Gyarados is 18% and probably not going to be switching out on anything. So he'll have a lot of trouble. So Mewtwo X in, Slowbro switches in on that. Eats a low kick, no problem. So this is a parting shots out, fine. Brings in Aegislash as brings in Gengar. Aegislash burns a Sleep Turn. Gotta get out of the way here because Gengar can threaten with Judgment. He goes for Moongeist Beam, taking 46. That's pretty big. That shows it's Scarf, Adapt, or something like that. And you can see again, he clicks Moongeist again. Zygarde heals himself up. Jasprose out of the way now because otherwise he takes 1,000 waves to the face. He wouldn't have, but it wasn't worth pushing the issue. Only 8 PP on Moongeist Beam. Mewtwo tries Will-O-Wisp, but Zygarde is Magic Bounce, interestingly enough. So that doesn't do anything. He knew that though. He saw that on he saw it on the Imposter, so that's weird. Zygarde traps Mewtwo X with 1,000 waves, but he will have a hard time winning the 1v1 here just because Mewtwo's got Poison Heal, so he'd have to use like 9 or 10 or more 1,000 waves on him to kill. But that actually might have been the better play because, as you'll see, Sugarhigh actually doesn't have any counterplay to this Poison Heal Mewtwo X. He can switch in on it, no problem, and wall it, but he can't actually do any. He can't actually shut it down. So going for the 1,000 waves and trapping might have been the only thing he could have done, but you'll see. So Mewtwo knocks off Zygarde's leftovers, 18%, nothing big. Zygarde wishes up. He brings in Slowbro, and Slowbro takes a cheap low kick, and Wish heals it all the way back up. So here's Zygarde back again to take a Will-O-Wisp. This is a pretty boring time. They're just kind of filling each other out here. Aegislash on Registeel. And Aegislash burns another Sleep Turn. Registeel U-turns out back into Gengar, naturally. He's got to get out of the way. He Jasprose tricks the Zygarde and gives it a Choice Scarf. So that's pretty much neutered the Zygarde's power to do much of anything. He's locked into 1,000 waves now. Again, he has a chance to trap this Mewtwo and kill it, but he decides to get out of the way and let Slowbro take it. Registeel in. Slowbro parting shots out on that. Kind of risky play, could have gotten burned. Gyarados is in. Registeel takes 76 from knockoff, and that shows its band adaptability. U-turn does 15%, leaving Gyarados at 3%, so it can take one more hit. It can do one more thing, pretty much, and then it's gone. Zygarde in on Mewtwo, trapping it with 1000 Waves once again. He can just low kick freely though because Zygarde's get out of the way. He can't heal. So Mewtwo Will-O-Wisps, anticipating the switch, but misses. Not too big of a deal, really. Could have been. It's not a big problem. Photon Geyser on Mewtwo is not standard. Probably redundant since Shed doesn't want to switch into a Will-O-Wisp anyway. So I would not run that. I would probably have run like Stealth Rock or something, which has more overall utility and higher PP. Photon Geyser is pretty redundant on this Poison Heal set, in my opinion. If you're gonna run Will-O-Wisp, if you're running Spore, it would be different. Or like if you're running like Paralysis or something. But he's running Will-O-Wisp, so Zygarde C in on that. Mewtwo's out, Chansey's back in, and Zygarde wishes on him if he loses the 1v1 against Imposter now because 1000 Waves has more he has more PP than Zygarde does because it's choice locked. So he would actually, so the Zygarde loses the Imposter Chansey matchup there. So he gets out of the way. So now Slowbro is trapped. Slowbro didn't really do anything there actually, so he gets out of the way. Registeel in. If he had Anchor Shotted there, that could have been annoying to Chansey though, but that could have helped a lot. Tyranitar in. Tyranitar is Magic Bounce, interestingly enough, and Slowbro gets out of the way to avoid a knockoff, but he brings in Gengar. Here, Zygarde, this is a horrible choke for Jasprose. He forgets that Zygarde is Choice Scarf and outspeeds Gengar, and then, so he takes 76%, then also gets Stealth Rock set up on his own side of the field because he forgets its Magic Bounce, so that was pretty bad, actually. That whole that whole turn was bad for Jasprose, and you'll see he actually pays the price for this pretty steeply later on. He does, like, makes his, he throws away a lot of advantage here by losing his Gengar for nothing. So it gets the Stealth Rock. Zygarde kills the Gengar, which also didn't need to happen. He could have gotten out of the way. He's predicted a switch, apparently, looking at the chat here. So Zygarde has to get out of the way now because Mewtwo's locked itself into low kick. And well, 4H KO, so there's Slowbro in. Mewtwo low kicks again, safe play. Mewtwo Will-O-Wisps on Slowbro and burns it. So now that's gotta spend more PP recovering. It doesn't have any, it's on a timer unless it recovers. So Parting Shot's out. Zygarde heals up. Mewtwo 22% to Zygarde. Zygarde's get out of the way. Aegislash in. And Jasprose gets Chansey in on Aegislash to scout it. It's nothing special. It's Prankster, I believe. So Chansey U-turns out. Aegislash also U-turns out. It should. There it goes. Tyranitar taking 20% and Rocky Helmet damage. He 1000 Waves to T-Tar. I don't know if I agree with that. He had an easy switch in with Mewtwo X, but Tyranitar just dies, so okay. Mewtwo goes for Photon, pretty useless. 14 doesn't do much to anything that he has left. Soft Boiled. Burns Aegislash with Will-O-Wisp. So that's on a timer now too. Chansey is in, the Imposter is in, and Aegislash switches out to Zygarde. Zygarde wishes up, Imposter U-turns out. He brings in Slowbro to receive the wish. Chansey is in on it, but he's got to get out of the way immediately because soundproof sets are self-improve with Anchor Shot. So gets out of the. He will presumably get out of the way. Back into Mewtwo. There's Registeel, and Slowbro goes for the Anchor Shot obligatory play, just in case Imposter stays in. Registeel defogs his Stealth Rock away, so he gets that out of the way finally. Not like it really mattered. Everything's got recovery and it barely took any damage. Zygarde wishes again. Registeel U-turns out on the Zygarde 4%. Chansey is in. He's got to get out of the way. He brings in Bro. Chansey 1000 waves is the Bro, but he has to get out of the way himself because Anchor Shot will kill. He doesn't. That is bad. So now Jasprose loses his Chansey. So you'll just watch the PP stall happen. I'm going to skip some turns here because this is pretty boring. So Slowbro's just PP stalling the Chansey out. Blah blah. So Chansey is struggling now, and Slowbro, there it goes. Chansey is gone. Slowbro shorts itself up. No problem. He gonna probably bring in Mewtwo there. There it is. Mewtwo knocks off Slowbro 28%, even with the Z Crystal. It's pretty big, so doesn't want to take too many of those. He's not got much recovery PP. He doesn't have enough recovery PP to take all those knockoffs. Zygarde 20% low kick, nothing. And Zygarde heals himself up here. Locked into healing, so Registeel gets a free U-turn. Pretty boring, honestly. Aegis Slash in on Mewtwo. He's got to get out of the way because he doesn't want to take a knockoff either. So he goes to Zygarde. Mewtwo goes for the burn, doesn't get it. I actually don't know why I did that. There is no reason, but I guess it's just to conserve PP on his attacking moves. Zygarde Wish. Bro back in to take it. He's got to get him out of the way immediately. Doesn't want to take a knockoff. Obviously, these are all very obvious plays. This is pretty boring. But as you can see, even though Topside can wall this Mewtwo X pretty much infinitely, he can't actually hurt it. And Mewtwo X has Will-O-Wisp. But Slowbro could have ran like Entrainment or Core Enforcer or something and easily shut this down, and then Sugarhigh has the win, but Sugarhigh did not bring that, so oops to him. He did, which is why I recommend that he could have just 1000 Waves trapped the Mewtwo X early on. And though he would have lost most of his 1000 Waves CP, he would have been able to kill the Mewtwo X, and this game would have gone very differently. So Mewtwo's just dealing some chip. And he pretty much knows that it's over already, because that Gyarados cannot KO anything. And since it cannot do that, it will die. So he's just playing it out now. Especially with Zygarde being choice locked, that was a pretty hard blow. Low kick on Slowbro doing 16% as usual, but remember it's burned. U-turn out into Mewtwo X again, just to, he knows he's locked in on Wish, so he can get a free attack off, no problem. He's going to go for knockoff, I believe. Oh, never mind. He just switches out. I guess he's afraid of losing his PP. So, Slowbro anchor shots the Registeel, but it can always just U-turn out. So that was pretty inconsequential. Basically, what it boils down to is this Slowbro is way too passive for him. If he'd been running an attacking move like Scald, things would be a lot better for him. No, they wouldn't be like a win, but he would at least be able to annoy Jasprose. But yeah. And you'll see that the next other times he plays, he does not bring this passive of a team ever again. So this is pretty boring. I'm gonna put this on fast. Just U-turning out, Zygarde in, Mewtwo in on Aegislash. Aegislash has to get out of the way. Aegislash U-turns out, Registeel. Again, same thing. Same thing happened again. The same thing happened again. Literally the same two things have happened 3 times. Same 2 turns have repeated 3 times, and now this is a 4th repeat. Aegislash takes 20% from Photon Geyser, that's nothing. U-turn 2%. He's just stalling a little bit. There's no real reason for this. He knows he's lost. There's nothing he can do. Three attack Poison Heal Mewtwo X is definitely an interesting set. I don't agree with Photon Geyser. Doesn't really help here. He could have made a lot more sense running like Rocks or something, but Rocks wouldn't really get through that Zygarde. What else? What else could he have ran? I guess he could have ran Icicle Crash. That's actually a really nice move. Hitting Zygarde and Giratina for a big chunk, or Avalanche, just so you can avoid Core Enforcer. But yeah, an ice move would have been a lot more useful than Photon Geyser ever was. So Aegislash takes 59 from knockoff. That's huge. And Aegislash goes for Destiny Bond, which I think that the switch out was pretty obvious, but it's not like it matters. He gets Gyarados in. Sucker punches for 51, but that's not nearly enough to kill, and Registeel just kills it. Pretty much his hope is dying with that Gyarados. That Gyarados was his last desperate hope if he ever managed to actually PP stall out the Mewtwo, but he gave it up. So now Zygarde's 1000 Wavesing the Registeel. Registeel's just recovering. He doesn't have enough PP to do this. If he'd done this to Mewtwo, he could have actually killed it. So he will eventually get out of the way here. He does. After wasting some recovery PP from Registeel. It wasn't worth it though. So Haze, this is pretty boring here. They're just clicking Haze on each other and nothing's happening. Haze, Haze. Mewtwo X in to click the knockoff. I have to say that chat's actually more interesting than the game. Aegislash back in, blah blah. And he knows it's over. And forfeits. 159 turns, it really probably was over around 80. It was over after the Gengar fainted, really. Though he should have definitely had some sort of way to check that Mewtwo X. most teams are running like Core Enforcer or Entrainment or something to keep that under control. So that was faulty team building on Sugarhigh's part, in my opinion. His team was very passive, and he also let his strong mons that could have actually pressured the bottom side die. Especially that Necrozma DM. That Necrozma DM death was very, very needless. But he didn't run calcs, and I guess he was out of touch with the meta. Definitely showing his rust by building a team like this, or accepting a team like this. In this generation of balanced Hackmons, you really do need to be able to play aggressively. So if your team's just sitting there, you won't have an easy time of it. So that's that. See you next video.